Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Elevating Your Life. And oh my gosh, we're going to elevate again today. This is going to be fantastic. I am so happy to share with you today's guest. We have with us Vicki Murphy. She is an internationally recognized intuitive coach, medium, and integrative energy expert. She helps individuals and corporations develop successful and profitable businesses and personal relationships. Vicki's methods help you stop the struggle of mentally and physically draining patterns so you can tap into your inner power and create the life you love. Through private and group coaching, she supports clients to clear debt, double and triple income, develop soul-based business, buy their dream homes, and heal symptoms of lack, including those that may be impacting their health. She is the author of the book, Energy Body Book, and Guide for Body Energy Cards, and both are just amazing. First off, thank you, Vicki. Welcome.
Thank you, Paula. Thanks for having me today. I am super excited and just thrilled that we've connected in the way that we have. The universe put us together.
Yes.
And so I'm excited to have our conversation today and be here with you.
Universe. I would love to start with having you share a little more of your background and kind of what brought you through the steps of where you're at now.
In a nutshell, because it took me a long time, which is actually why I'm coaching people now to shorten their journey to get to where they really want to be. So, but in a nutshell, I grew up with these lovely souls around me who were very intuitive and also were mediums. My grandmother did see departed souls, and I grew up thinking it was normal. And so my aunt would read tea leaves just for us girls in the family, and wasn't doing it outside. She was an artist as well. But I took it for granted that these abilities were just part of our innate God source, human beingness. And so I didn't really use them per se, but at about age 12, when I did dabble and I was manifesting a pair of, and this is the funniest story, Paula, a hip hugger, corduroy pants that were the bell bottoms. And I really wanted a pair of those. So I followed this little, ritual, and sure enough, the next day, my mom said, "Do you want to go shopping?" Well, that was kind of unusual. And we went shopping and we went into the store, and there was one pair of purple bell-bottom corduroy hip huggers, and they were my size.
Your size.
So that scared me because of all the conditioning from, my upbringing. Like, that was kind of scary. So I kind of shut it down until I was in my 20s and 30s. And that's when I started kind of opening back up. And I opened up, especially when I was doing my art and I was channeling, not really, again, taking it for granted, not really thinking about it. And I had reached international status as an artist, and I was very successful. And I would communicate with my guides about my compositions and what I was doing. And I had met this beautiful man, this soul, and I was working with him. We, were both doing art together, and we were growing the business. And he eventually became my husband, who I've been married to now for over 25 or approaching 25 years. Feels like many lifetimes we've been together. But I was talking out loud, and I was like, "Oh, you think?" And he goes, "What are you doing?" And he still married me. Thank you, God. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm discussing my composition." So I had taken everything for granted. So I really became aware that not everybody was like that. And I really started to learn and grow at that time. And I started to use it to help other people.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you're helping so many people. And in a few minutes, I want to share with everyone the wonderful session I had with you and how that went. But before that, for those that are listening or watching that really aren't real familiar with intuition and mediumship, can you explain that a little bit for us?
Yeah, I would love to, because it can be a little confusing. First of all, everybody is intuitive. Intuition is our God-given sensory perception system, our ability in our body, mind, and soul energetically to perceive energy around us. And it's really a survival thing. It's born of that, being able to read energy. Those who have developed it and use it a bit more strongly can really use it to tune in as an intuitive psychic, okay, which is different than a medium. An intuitive psychic can kind of use it to look into the future and the past and kind of do cross-dimensional remote viewing type work, as well as making some predictions based on information that they are getting from their guides. Okay, so they're kind of they're picking up on information mainly in this dimension, and getting information, and they're the translation or interpreter. Okay, they're the translation station. Now the difference is a medium, but they don't necessarily see ghosts and people that have crossed over. Okay, that's the defining factor. A medium does see ghosts and angels and people that have crossed over and connects and communicates with them using their sensory perception along with being intuitive. So an intuitive is not necessarily a medium, but a medium is always an intuitive.
So the medium is both.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
very helpful, very helpful. So when you're doing coaching and sessions, explain a little bit about that, what someone can expect when they do that with you.
Yeah, and it depends on the client. I always let the client and their guides kind of dictate the session, because I'm really connecting intuitively with their guides, and I'm also connecting as a medium with their guides. And so the guides are really gifting them, that person, the information that their soul needs and is ready for. So I don't do anything scary or weird. I never, I'm here as a healer. That's my purpose here in using this. And so what helps me with coaching, using my intuition allows me to see, remotely view inside the body energetically, not only for health reasons, I can do that as well as a medical medium, but to see where energy blocks are occurring and to see the origin, whether it's in this dimension, having to do with childhood and triggers there, learned behavior, learned conditioning, and beliefs, or past and concurrent lives. But we find it, and I'm able, with the help of our guides, to clear it. I have methodologies that they downloaded to me, and it's highly effective. And so therefore, you'll see quotes on my website about people saying that out of one session, they received more help and made more progress than 12 sessions of counseling and years of other alternative types of work. It allows me to accelerate your process and help you achieve your goals and manifest more of what you want.
And with that, achieve your goals, I just have to share briefly with everyone that I had the honor of having a session with Vicki. It was so fantastic. And I just shared with her before we began something that occurred in the last 2 weeks. And that is, my dream has been for my Why Am I So Happy book, my award-winning book, to be in bookstores as well as on Amazon. And I was reached out to by three times by bookstore affiliates who have purchased my book. It's like, and so, doing that session with you, I really feel that some things were released, and that it opened up a goal. Tell me about that, how that occurs, and maybe even some other stories that you'd like to share. But I do want to say thank you, Vicki. It was amazing.
Thank you, Paula. My pleasure to share. And I want to acknowledge you and every soul. I will say, anybody that walks through my door, you are doing yourself a service. You're listening to your intuition and you're being guided to clear energy, to progress, to move toward your goals. And so, really pat yourself on the back. You did this because you can't do this without walking through the door, right? And so, with that being said, what happens is when we clear blocked energy and beliefs and et cetera, and we release, as you said, and we're releasing energy, um, what will happen is you're opening up your field and rising in vibrational frequency. You're not holding yourself down anymore. You're rising. And that connects to a higher vibrational energy of people, places, opportunities, things. And that's the beautiful illustration that you just lived, of clearing the energy and then having this amazing outcome of having people connect with you and you've already set the intention of the goal. It was there, but it wasn't able to come to fruition because you had these blocks in place that were keeping you low vibe. And as soon as you did that, boom, there it is. There's your goal.
Isn't that amazing? And it's so fascinating to think how, letting go of those blocks or doubts or whatever, the energy, letting go of that. Oh my gosh, what that can open up for each and every one of us.
Yes, right. And it's really about the quantum field around us and in us. And we have the ability to learn, and this is what I teach in coaching. I teach people how to use their energy, innate energy inside of them, and then the energy field outside of them to heal, to create, to, enjoy your time here and to rise in vibrational frequency because each of us has a purpose and it's twofold. The first purpose is to heal ourselves, to rise. And in conjunction with that, we don't have to just do that first. We can, fly the plane while we're building it, so to speak. We're also sharing back to the earth and those around us. And we can do that in various ways. It doesn't have to be on a podcast or a stage like you and I do, but it could be in a book, as we have done as well, or it could just be a conversation at the grocery store.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is just, and it's so beautiful to know that we all have intuition. And so would you say just being open to that can do so much for us?
Yes, as with all things healing and creating, your first step is awareness, right? You have to be aware of either that something is working or isn't working, and you have to get honest with yourself and to be able to say, hey, I have this intuition, I have this ability, and it's telling me that, it's really your higher wisdom, it's your intelligence. This isn't working, or this direction's not working, or this is working, and I'm going to go over here. Or if I can't figure it out, I'm going to get help.
It's amazing. Oh, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. And your book is fantastic, Vicki. And tell us a bit about your energy body book and tell everyone about your energy cards.
Mm-hmm. So I was sitting around having coffee one day and I was getting this download and I jumped up, ran to my computer and I started taking notes. And really what came through developed the cards, and it's a 72 card deck, and it has every aspect of the body from bones to soft tissue to auric fields to organs. Everything is included in this. And then in the two subdecks that are part of the 72 are cards and mantras for clearing and releasing energy and then bringing energy in. And the purpose, as I was gifted with, was both to heal, to use this deck as a conduit to connect with your angels, to clear your energy, and to align and attune your body to the right frequency with words, and then there's color, vibrational frequency associated with these cards as well, that are going to help you heal. Maybe you need to heal your knee. Maybe you need to and or want to connect with more financial freedom. Whatever it is, you set your intention and you use these cards. Now, the cards are fab. They're awesome. But I was also gifted the entire guidebook that goes more in depth about really understanding what your body is trying to tell you and how it is related to your soul purpose, your soul plan. Why is your knee hurting? So it's really much more expanded than some of the earlier works that hit the planet. And it really gives you not just, what's going on and why it might be going on, but the cards give you a way to help yourself in conjunction with your guides, along with hand in hand with your angels.
Oh, that is so fantastic. And what a gift for all of us. And it's just so exciting to know that we can do that and move in that direction and do so much. And because, yeah, I mean, our soul plan, it's something that we created, and to connect with that is really huge, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I always like to say, we sat down at God's conference table and we all shook hands over this craziness. And that's why we're perfectly imperfect, because if we were perfect, if it were easy, remember, this is not a dimension for sissies, like we signed up. But if we wanted easy, we'd be up in heaven watching this craziness going, oh my gosh, did you see what that one did? We wouldn't be here matriculating through Earth School to learn and to grow and to heal.
Yes, yes. And you have mentioned that you have some fun stories to share. I would love to hear a little bit of those and share those with everyone.
Yeah, some are fun and some are just illustrations of, what your potential is using your intuition. One of the stories that I can share about intuition and using a psychic ability in conjunction with mediumship, so people can kind of still start to wrap their head around the difference. There was a family who had lost a cat, and they were quite well off, and they had hired a search and rescue team with dogs to try to find the cat. And they had been calling all around the states, hiring psychics and intuitives to tell them if their cat was alive or where the cat might be. And they were getting a lot of mixed messages. And they heard about me and they contacted me, and we during the session, I was able to connect with their cat who had very obviously passed over. And because of all of the other messaging they had received, they were really reluctant to trust that. And I understood that. And I asked permission. I said, do I have permission to view your home? Because our animals, our loved ones, always tend to go back and they're there with us. There's no such thing as death and disconnect, not really. When we graduate and we're in spiritual form, it's just a different frequency, if you will, of spirit form, and we are still connected. So they said yes, of course. I viewed their home and I saw this sofa, and I described it to them with the window. And I said, now, guys, I go, there's a very live cat that looks almost exactly similar to the dead cat that's not far from it. And they're both on the back of the sofa and the window, looking out the window. And they said, oh, yes, we have the brother to the cat that went missing, and they're almost identical markings. So the problem was a lot of the intuitives were picking up on that live cat and giving them mixed messages. So I was able to corroborate for them, with creating and building trust by what I was viewing and being able to share it with them succinctly, that their cat, in fact, had passed, but was still with them and was okay. The cat was fine, sharing a sunny moment with its brother, and that gave them a lot of peace in their heart.
Yes, yes.
Kind of an illustration of both. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, so heartwarming when we lose a beloved pet, knowing that they are still with us. They are still with us.
Yeah, they are. They don't leave us, and our loved ones don't leave us. I say that all the time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
So if someone wants to reach out to you and do some coaching and work with you,
Mhm.
how do they contact you and learn more about you?
So I always ask people to email me. I think that's really the best. It gives us a little bit more of a personal opportunity to have a real conversation. And so my email is Vicki, Vicki Murphy, Murphy 777, which is an angel number, at gmail.com. And my website is vickimurphy.com, VICKIMURPHY.com. And my book is available on Amazon. So if you look up my name, Vicki Murphy, an energy body book, you can get that there. Also, when you email me, on the bottom of my email are the links for both the card and the book, which unfortunately I don't have it packaged on Amazon, but the book is fully illustrated. And so you can use this very physical book and use it as a flip book, setting your intention and be able to see opening up to whatever you want. And you can see the description there and etc. But I do really love the card deck. It's so much fun. And it's a little easier because you're going to separate it in 3 piles. So just email me and I can send you the links and you can get started on your own manifesting and healing journey. And I'd be absolutely honored to help anybody that's ready, willing, and able to learn more and to start to create what they really want here.
Yes.
Not just letting it kind of happen to them.
Yes. And that, it's so wonderful that we can each do that and begin to do that and begin to help ourselves and just, add that to our journey and what we can create and do. I know after the session I had with you, I just, and the energy in the room, I'm big and passionate on frequency and where we reside. And so I've always done my best with, where I focus my energy in that. But the letting go of things is something I've struggled with. And you assisted me with that.
Well,
amazing.
Thank you for that. I just want to acknowledge that part. The reason it's so hard for us to let go of this stuff is sometimes it's hidden, it's subconscious, right? Psychologically, and connected to our safety mechanism. Those energies are really, those stuck beliefs and, energy frequencies are really kind of trying to keep us safe. So, yeah, it's important to figure it out.
Yeah. That makes sense because there is that, oh, I have to be safe. I can't step out. I can't, because that does take some momentum and some trust, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I just have to give you a heartfelt thank you for all that you do for so many people and the difference in so many lives that you're making, Vicki. I just really am honored to meet you and share you with my audiences. And I look forward to, what's going to continue in my life and those around me and sharing all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Paula. It's been my pleasure. And, it really is my passion to see people rise and shine. It just fills me with so much joy when people get these crazy outcomes, quadrupling their income or, manifesting the perfect career and all kinds of crazy outcomes I've experienced with my clients.
With just a couple minutes left in the show, what last message you want to leave with everyone? What would you like them to think about today, to contemplate?
Honestly, love yourself is the best thing you can do. Here's a thought about that. Thank you for asking that. This brought something up, and I know that it's on purpose. Everything is. So we can't give from a cup that's empty, right? We have to fill up our cup and give from the overflow. It has to be overflowing, because if we aren't filling up our cup and we're giving from the cup, pretty soon it's going down, going down, going down, and it's empty. And that creates all kinds of exhaustion, energy drain, feeling hopeless and helpless, feeling physically ill. It's amazing if I work with a lot of moms who are guilty of this too, as healer nurturer women. They give and give and give to their families, their husbands, their friends, everybody. And it's a habit of overgiving that, again, is a little bit of a safety mechanism. And pretty soon they're drained, exhausted. And sometimes if they don't listen to themselves, they become ill. So that is my message. Don't let that happen to you. Stop. Listen to yourself. What do you need? Do you need to go stick your toes in the sand? Do you need to go put your hand on a tree? What is going to fill you up?
I love that. Oh, fill
Yeah.
ourselves up, love ourselves. And because it is easy to get so caught up on just giving,
Yeah.
and not putting it out there and
Yeah.
sharing the love. Oh, that's a beautiful message, Vicki. It's beautiful message.
Mhm.
Oh, well, it would be great down the road, I think, to maybe get together again. That would be really fun.
I would love it. I would love it.
And share. And one real quick question: do you have any vision of another book or anything along that line?
Oh, I do. And what I allow is for that right divine timing to come through. But I will tell you that I have more than one book. I have books worth of notes, and I'm so busy helping people and playing on the planet. And I'm playing every day. I play with my family, and I really believe in that work-life balance.
Love it.
And so I know that time will be right soon to get it together and put it all together. And you're going to laugh. I do have kind of a teen child book that I have written as well, that really is illustrating life lessons, but using animals and birds in this case, and insects and things in a garden world, if you will, a
Oh, I
backyard
love
world.
it. Oh,
Mhm.
thank you, Vicki. Love hugs and blessings. Everyone
Thank
out
you.
there, love hugs and blessings.
Mm,
Bye.
thank you.